so I'm trying to understand your purpose.
I am collecting content for a story that I'm working on, and as soon as I collect that content, I will be out of here.
How can I facilitate that?
Nothing. I mean, you guys have been fantastic. I don't really need any assistance here. I'm fine collecting what I'm collecting here. I'm not collecting anybody's personal information or details. I'm not taking pictures of anybody going in.
We can't verify that. Would you be willing to show me your video?
I would not, because that's personal property, and I would prefer a warrant for that.
Okay. So,
and the second issue is I can't pull content off of these cameras.
Is it a direct webcam, live stream?
No, it's saved to a different location. So
you upload it to a separate server?
Right.
Yeah.
So I can't really pull that up right now.
So,
but that's my own business, what's on there anyway, right?
Well, I don't disagree, but you have to understand, in the current climate, we have a lot of concerns around people who are videotaping police stations, right?
Current climate. I don't really watch the news. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You don't watch the news at all?
I
You're
don't.
Not interested in the news?
I do not.
You're not interested in anything?
I honestly do not.
I struggle to believe that.
I honestly only watch it once in a blue moon when it comes on the screen when I pass by it.
I have to say, I'm struggling to believe that.
Okay, well I do. I am not one for really mainstream media, but...
So, I'm wondering if you can hear my position and our concerns. What are you hearing in terms of my concerns?
That there's somebody out front of your police building, and that you believe that this person is collecting personal information on people who are coming and going.
Yeah, potentially.
And I am duly respecting it again right now. I'm not collecting that, and so I've articulated a purpose for you to be here, for me to be here, and you guys don't need to be here any longer. That's the way I see this.
Well, we're going to wait until my sergeant gets here.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I think it would be important for him to have a conversation with you around this.
Sure.
Right now, your camera is on city property.
Sure, which is fine.
You're currently at a bus location, so you're actually on transit property.
Sure,
okay?
so should I move a few feet this way, and then I can move my equipment to
Well, we're going to talk to my sergeant. You can move
this
your
over.
camera all you like.
And then that way we're kind of on the public easement, that way we're not...
So this is still all city property. It's still
right, and so that's owned by the taxpayers, which is myself.
That's also city. This is all private development. Yeah. So the city as a corporation owns this, and it's actually slated for private development. Okay?
But if I stand on the sidewalk, then I'm obstructing the sidewalk.
You are, and actually you're currently at a transit stop. So you're actually on transit property as well when you're on this sidewalk.
Right, so would that not be their jurisdiction to enforce that though?
No, it depends on where you are. So right here, this is city property. This is owned by the city corporation, okay?
Right.
This is also sold to development.
Okay.
This is the city sidewalk here, but it's also a component of transit property. Okay?
So would you issue me a trespass notice then? Is that how that would work?
We're going to see.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm not entirely clear on your purpose.
Okay.
And I'd like you to be cooperative, but you're not choosing to be. So
I'm trying to be as cooperative as I can under my own rights, right?
Well, no, you're choosing to make a point.
I'm not choosing to make a point. I'm just choosing to not engage in contact that's mutual. I'm out here collecting my own content, and I do not wish to be engaged with, and I did not expect you to engage.
You are aware that it is an offense to interrupt someone's use of transit property, correct?
I haven't interrupted anybody's use. They've been able to get on the bus. The bus was just here and was able to pick up passengers, and so I haven't obstructed that.
Well, there is a passenger here. I'm not sure if she feels as though she's been impeded on.
No, I don't believe she does.
So, I understand that this is city property.
Right.
This actually has been sold by the city as a corporation to developer, but this is also transit property and it's a transit offense.
G-Tanney, T-A-N-N-E-Y.
He's refusing to provide his purpose. He's refusing to videotape.
I provided a purpose.
He says he's an independent investigative journalist. He's not willing to provide whom he's affiliated with or what he's affiliated with. And he's not really willing to provide any information in his case. I have requested to request my
and so I've moved my camera over just so it's not obstructed.
Still city property, so we're still
right. So that would be public property, would it not?
Okay.
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Where would be public property then if city property is not public property?
City property doesn't constitute every piece of land in town.
Okay. So what is? How would I know that I was breaking the law then if I'm standing here, right?
Nothing you would advise you if you were.
Okay.
And you'd be expected to.
So if I was to stand over maybe like
Well, we're not
down
talking
here.
about that. You were asking hypothetically, so I was giving you an
Okay.
answer.
So what am I doing wrong by standing here collecting content for my story?
Sorry, what?
What am I doing wrong by standing here collecting content for my story?
What's your story?
I've explained, obviously.
I just don't want to disclose that. I have the right to my private information, and I don't want to disclose that. And you know, that's my own right, and I will be gone in due time once I collect my content. I'm not here loitering or trying to cause a scene. I'm willing to move along. Just the only reason there's a scene now is because I was approached by these ladies,
I
and
wouldn't consider this a scene. I think this is a dialogue.
yeah.
And they're not ladies, they're constables.
Constables. Sorry, but yeah. So I'm just gathering a couple of shots. I don't want anybody's personal information. I'm not collecting any personal information of any officers entering or leaving. I'm looking for stock footage.
This is personal information that you're not collecting.
Personal vehicles coming in and out that might be driven by officers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're saying that any personal information that you've collected that's found later to be officers, you would not be disclosing to anybody?
Correct.
And the resulting of that might be considered illegal?
Yeah.
On
It depends.
statutes in place inside the country of Canada.
Well,
Is that correct?
I'm on a public area filming stuff that's
But as
visible
per
from
your
the
comment,
public.
you said that
I'm
you're
just
not
doing out of
collecting
I'm doing that out of ethical respect. I'm just doing it out of respect.
Okay.
Right? There doesn't have to be any law involved. I just choose not to for respect. That's not the content of my story. So I just choose not to collect that, and that won't be going anywhere public.
What if you're already collecting?
Then it would be deleted. But if I have collected any by accident, I do my best to prevent what I collect and choose
How
what
do
I
you
collect. I don't know, but when I review it after, I'll check and make sure.
How would
And
you know then?
I wouldn't. I would just take out any vehicles that weren't part of my story.
All right. Would you let me look at your video right now so I can tell you which ones are, and you can just delete it right now, and you won't have to worry about that problem?
I can't access that camera actually, and I haven't been using this camera the whole
Why
time.
not?
I just started this one
Why can't we access this camera?
because it doesn't work with this kind of phone. It doesn't
I think
work.
it's a remote web stream type camera.
Yeah,
Also, you're web streaming
yeah,
through your phone,
yeah.
so but this has
But it can't be.
internet capability. It's going off into the netherworld.
It's going off onto a private server.
Um,
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be out of here in probably the next bus that comes by, and
the next bus that comes by,
yeah,
the 93.
yeah, if that's reasonable, and yeah, and that should be enough time for me to collect my content and be out of here. Is that fine? Is that negotiable?
Well, we're not negotiating.
Okay.
It's not a negotiation.
Well, I'm trying to negotiate to be fair.
Okay.
I'm trying to
There's
be
no
a
reason to
reasonable
negotiate.
person. Okay.
It's just a conversation. It's a dialogue about understanding, right?
Right. All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you maybe drive so I can get a shot of your vehicle going in?
No, you've got a lot of our vehicles coming in and out already.
I haven't even got a single marked unit.
You've got a single marked unit?
That's
So
what
if
I'm
you
here
get,
for.
If you get one marked unit, you'll be good to go?
I will be good to go.
Do you want to be on film?
We already are.
You
all
already.
right.
That's all I'm here for. Is one marked unit as B-roll for my content.
Awesome. Random side note, where'd you get the really nice beadwork?
That was at the Stampede.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Have a great night.
Good evening. Have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
And what was your unit number? And badge number?
It's 1201.
1201, your badge number?
I don't have to badge my badge number. We're not involved in any kind of incident. If you wish to know,
GTANNEY.
it's 37.
3720. Thank you.